Hi everyone. Um, I have with me here Mr. Solomon Agbesi. I'm the founder of BCIL Foundation. So Mr. Solomon today would be telling us about his foundation and what they do for the people. Mr. Solomon, please can you introduce yourself?
Thank you. My name is Solomon Agbesi. I'm an emerging environmental and energy economist. I hold three core values. That is responsibility, excellence, and impact. So I want to take responsibility for what I do and become excellent so that, and after that, I make sure that I have some impact on the people around me. I love teaching and I love writing. I write poems and I write spoken word, I write quotes. And I think that this whole thing about BCIL came from my writing in 2017. Um, so with your permission, I'll just tell you, because a lot of people meet me and they are like, what is BCIL? Because I put all in capital letters and everybody asks you, what is BCIL? BCIL, and I say, okay, it's be careful in life. And they are like, so what is be careful in life? So with your permission, I just want to say the poem from which BCIL came from.
Sure, you can go ahead, Mr. Solomon.
Right. I wake up with this memory full of confused misery about what life actually is. Life itself is a mystery that causes a drama to understand its drama. The frustrations of life during our journey to our destinations hits us with a lot of imagination. Its victory can only be achieved when one is visionary. Sometimes we are forced to make certain decisions which leads us to our distraction due to our assumptions. Our flippancy conceals a deep insecurity in the illumination of certainty, ability to react to humility, make our recognition known at the Keynesian revolution. In order to survive in this world of corruption, then one needs to have ambition. Life is a journey. It takes the strong to complete it. Life is a struggle. It takes the brave to survive it. Life is a precious stone. It takes the wise to discover it. Life has challenges. It takes the courageous to overcome it. The ups and downs of life sometimes make us go gaga, like writing a dawn quiz in UCC in biochemistry. Any jokes puts you in jeopardy. Life is a perpendicular lines of good and bad, so one needs to be in equilibrium. In spite of any frustration, one needs to come to the creator so that it can be brought back to his sector. The fallacy of life is highly debatable but possibly livable. But hey, don't try to play smart, because life will actually make you a fool and that wouldn't be cool. So always do the right thing when the time is due. Always be careful in life. So this is how I ended this poem. Be careful in life. So that time I was part of the excellence writers group in the Kwame Nkrumah of the University of Cape Coast. And my features editor, we popularly refer to him as Truth Meffel John. He was our features editor then. So when I gave him the poem, he began to refer to me as be careful in life, be careful in life, be careful in life. And as a writer, just like I mentioned that Meffel John is called Truth, you want to carve a brand name for yourself. So be careful in life became like everybody in the group is calling you be careful in life. And then be careful in life. So that became BCIL and it became my brand name. So
Interesting.
apart from being called Solomon Agbesi, everybody refers to you as BCIL.
Careful.
And so when I started thinking about this whole foundation stuff, I thought of using that as brand name for the foundation. So that's where BCIL, which is Be Careful in Life, came from. The poem was just about life, all the frustrations we go through, but we still think that when you do the right thing, when the time is due, then life is not going to make you a fool and will begin to mock at you.
Wow. Listening to you, I can hear the thread of be careful in life right from the start of our conversation till now. Um, please, can you kind of take us back to your background? How was life like for you growing up? And how has this experience shaped your worldview and even translating it into you forming this foundation?
I would say that my maxim has always been to see people develop as me. And those days when we used to study in a group and we go to exam, unfortunately, if some of the people fall victim to some low grades, I was always pain. And I also hold three core values: excellence, responsibility, and impact. So I want to be responsible, become excellent, and become an example. So um, being that example, I'm also imparting other people. And I mean, I growing up, I've gone to what is popularly known like as Saito, a public school. So I know the in and out. I walk distances from Klepe, my hometown, to school in Ho, and all that. So all those began to shape my life, and all the things that I think of giving back to people begin to shape um, my life. And about the foundation, what really motivated me was to like see the passion to see young ones grow and my successors to do better than me by not repeating the mistakes that I made.
Oh, nice. So, basically, what is the main focal point of this foundation? What does the foundation stand for, and what do they do?
Right. So I will say that the idea began to pop up in 2017 when I was in level 200 in the University of Cape Coast, um, with me starting to post daily quotes. And also it came out of the passion to help other people. So from that early stage, the small money I had, and I knew how some of the things that I needed wasn't necessarily there. And we started doing what I call from my own pocket, buying pens for JHS students who are just about to write basic education certificate examination from that time. So I mean, we didn't really know where we were going. We were doing something, but we didn't really know where we were going. Because I started in level 200, well, I was on campus and the hundreds came and people were looking up to you and all that. And my brother also came, so I had to be that senior for him. And so we started with small mentorship, teaching people about how to go around campus life. But there was one defining moment for me that made me to become very serious about the foundation was by my spiritual father, Prophet Stephen Kwekutewia. That time during mentorship, he always tell us that whatever he is teaching us shouldn't be in vain, that we should also go out there and impart other people. And that is how we impart our generation. And that began to sink in for me, and I was also eager to share my experiences. She has taught us a lot of things, how to do a timetable. So I was also eager to share stuff like that. So the idea of finding campus balance all came from there, which not necessarily, you were just on campus, you didn't know what it was about, but that is how it all started.
Can you walk us through the mission and vision statement of the foundation?
Right. So with our vision, we want to become globally uh, recognized leader in youth empowerment, by helping the next generation to find and fulfill purpose, live up to their potential, and also make impact in life. So that actually propels us into our vision to reach out to the youth, especially students on university campuses and junior high school students, any student at all that we can reach out to. We do this through mentorship, through guidance, which enables them to actually find their purpose and fulfill it, and make sure that the people who are following us, which we call our successors, do better than us. Why? Because the blueprints that we had, the best way to learn is to learn from history, not necessarily personal experience. So we think that if we help these people by telling them what we have done, they will have a blueprint of our mistakes, of our success, or how we did it, and they will not follow our mistakes. They will improve on what we did and got the result we got, and they will avoid the mistakes, of course, and then they will begin to do better than us. Because if I was at level 2 and you are following my footstep and also looking at my inactions and the mistakes I've done and correct them, I think that you can go to level 3. So that is our mission through our conferences and everything that we do. We aim to make sure that the people we are imparting are doing better than us in everything that we do. So we hold 6 core values. We believe in integrity, we believe in excellence, we believe in mentorship. So you should be mentored, and after you are mentored, you should also mentor somebody. So as I said about my spiritual father, so that core value, we value it so much in the foundation. We also believe in persistence, because this life does not always become rosary. It is not always a luxury life, but when you persist, you have a lot of things that you think that you may not have been able to get. And we also believe in responsibility. Take responsibility. If sometimes you have a failure, take responsibility. If you have a success, take responsibility. And we also believe in excellence and impact. So these 6 core values help us to run the foundation.
Wow, Mr. Solomon, these are wonderful things you are doing with your foundation. So if I may ask, can you walk us through some successes you've chalked so far? Since the commencement of this foundation, I know it has been there for a while. Can you tell us some of the successes you've achieved with the foundation?
I would say since 2017, we've had people enter our DM with, like, some people would be like, okay, the quotes that you have shared today were was wonderful. I was going to do this, but because of the quote you shared, I didn't do it. And because we are reaching out to students, we will say that we begin to see the students we mentor exhibit the core values that we put across earlier, and we see the result. Of course, the student result, the portal of students hitting the 4.0s, and some of them that didn't hit the 4.0s, they began to understand why they didn't hit it and how they can rectify that. And people who are not even that high class students, they still begin to understand that this is the area of my expertise. So I mean, those are things that really gives us opportunity to do more. And we also see people taking initiatives um, to make sure that that potential in them, like leadership positions and all that, they begin to take those positions. And we think that those are some of the successes we'll talk about some of the programs and all that.
So, Mr. Solomon, what sets the foundation aside from other foundations on campus?
Well, I would say our success stories. First of all, recently we had 2 of our students who are executives of the foundation, Eben and Benny Morgan, receive the Dean's Award for high academic performance. That's one of, I mean, and they are also trying to help other people to replicate same.
Wow.
I would say that the recording of 4.0s. I think even before this interview today, I had someone send a result to my DM, and it was 4.0 for the last semester that she took the courses. So I think it's one of the things, the testimonies that we get every day. I will say that the fulfillment we get as well. So we are not only doing this to show the public what we are doing, but we ourselves, anybody that is part of this foundation, partner to the foundation, really get some fulfillment from what they are doing. And I'll secondly say that, like, we are different because we are inclusive, and all the people that became executive, apart from me who started the foundation, and I will say my brother Desmond and Samuel Judah Bledu, all the other people that became part of the foundation executives went through a process, which is mentorship or volunteering. So they were volunteers, and then they became executives. So we are inclusive and we reward hard work. So that what the second thing I'll say that sets us apart from other people.
Wow. Wow. What are some programs that the organization is, in its eighth phase of existence, planning to initiate, and what are some things that you guys are bringing on board?
Right. So I'm going to talk about the programs we have, and I'll talk about some new initiatives that may be coming up soon. First of all, our biggest program on campus is finding campus balance. Finding campus balance, which currently we are on UCC campus and we are planning to expand it to whole technical university. So this program is to help people with a conference that helps them to find different aspects of campus life, that they are not only fixated on academics. And this came about because I was reflecting on my 4 year stay in UCC, and I realized that there were a lot of things that I could have done better. I could have studied more. I could have served the Almighty more. I could have made a lot of connections, which I didn't. I could have entered into a good relationship, but I didn't. So all these things gave me opportunity. With this reflection, I began to think about, so if the foundation's aim is to help young generation not to repeat what we did, the mistakes we did, then finding campus balance is a way to go. So that's what it came about in 2022. We had our first edition, and our fourth edition is going to happen in February of 2025. Then we also have what we call the Beyond Junior High. So Beyond Junior High is teaching JHS 3 students who are just about to write BECE, how they can manage their life after school. They don't become hooligans, but they make sure that whatever happens after school, they make sure they either continue or get something doing. And because I said that we started by giving pens to JHS students, I would say that that was also a means, by not just giving them the pens, but also giving the speakers opportunity to speak to them about life after junior high school. And we organized this in August 2023. The distraction of the academic calendar made us not to organize this year, but it is back in 2025. Then I'll say paying fees for students and getting materials for them is one of the things that we do as a foundation. Um, this year, we bought two laptops for two university students who were struggling to get a laptop to do something on campus. We also paid school fees and hostel fees for about three students this year, and we paid PTA dues for some JHS students in 2022, and we are aiming to expand this. So we want to put a structure there where people apply properly and we see their situation and assess them, and also getting a fund that can fund this permanently. Then we have what we call the Operation 4.0 series. And when people hear Operation 4.0 series, they only think that it is about getting 4.0 as a grade point in the university. But the aim of this program is to begin to explore, because our finding campus balance is a one-day activity. So in order for us to continue to talk to people about various aspects of campus life, we initiated this. We started last year, continued this year. Of course, the distraction of the academic calendar made us to pause a little bit, but 2025 is coming up. We have treated topics like academic stress, academic depression, health hacks for students. We have also talked about opportunity to study online and all that. So Operation 4.0 is not necessarily about teaching you how to get 4.0 in your academic life alone, but also in every aspect of your student's life. And we have the BCIL academic mentorship, which is a compulsory 1 year mentorship for first year students who are coming to the university. So after finding campus balance, we give opportunity to people who want to be mentored to come. So over the 3 year period that we have held finding campus balance, we have mentored over 50 people, and I know that they are doing well wherever they find themselves. So we meet by weekly. Operation 4.0 is also bi weekly. So in a month, two meetings for Operation 4.0 series, two meetings for BCIL academic mentorship. So it gives you opportunity to learn every weekend of every week. Then we have what we call the daily bite. The daily bite is every day, and we still maintain our codes for every day. We have our monthly themes. Then I'll also say we had Keys to Success conference and so many others. There were so many things to do, but these are the key ones that we have.
Wow, wow. These are wonderful program outline that you have. On a broader scale, can you let us know some of the impact your programs have had on the participants, and how do you even assess the effectiveness of these impact?
So I would say that because most of the programs that we organize are problem based, because we identify the problem, we organize a program that solves the problem, we see a lot of impact. Like for instance, paying school fees of people and buying laptops for people made them to stay in school and not drop out of school. So that is one impact that we can mention. We can talk about people's enthusiasm begin to be lighting up, change towards taking leadership position, not only studying but also taking leadership positions. We can talk about 100 people, so it also boosts the morale of people who wants to volunteer. For instance, as I said earlier, we are inclusive, so we make sure that our volunteers get free certificates when they volunteer. This year, when we open for volunteerism for our Finding Campus Balance, we have over 100 people, over 100 people just registering to volunteer at a one-day program. So we think that these are things that if people don't really believe in what we are doing, they may not register as much.
So, can you let us know some challenges you've come across or you've encountered in the process since the start of this foundation?
I would say number one is finance. I mean, everybody's gonna say that. When I started, my aim is to get us recognized. We were not registered, and so like chunk of the monies that we use for some of this stuff come from my pocket, and that has been a great challenge because there were times that I didn't have money, and then we still had to do things. So it was a challenge. But I would say that, I mean, there are times that you get help, and we've, as a organization, in terms of our executive, we tax them to bring money and all that. So what we are trying to do to curb that is to establish a fund where we can put money in it. We can get some businesses that put money in our fund, and also asking people to help us so that we can curb that. I think that's been my biggest challenge. And I'll also say the academic calendar, because most of our programs are on campus. Like we talk about beyond junior high, we talk about finding campus balance, and now you have planned that, okay, finding campus balance is reloaded for this year because the level hundreds are supposed to arrive. And I don't blame anybody, because since the COVID, we had a lot of issues and alterations to our academic calendar. So it has been disruptive in terms of making us to shift our programs and all that. So it's another challenge. And one major challenge also is people not cooperating. But you can't give up. But I mean, there are people that come and they leave, but you still have to be there. You need to find new people, and those new people, you have to train them. You have to make sure that they understand the vision again. So it's like doing the same thing all over again, and um, that is becoming a problem. So I think those are the things that visibly affect me. Sometimes you are down, sometimes it's not really happening for you. You try to organize this and the time changes. It has been hectic. It has been really, really hectic, and that is it.
I think finances has been a challenge for all of philanthropic activities. But what are some lessons you've learned out of your philanthropic activities? What has it taught you? What are the experiences you would like to share with us, and you would like us to, know, and the delight you get out of these philanthropic activities.
Well, I think that the most important lesson I've learned is that a lot of people are going to leave you. You, the bearer of the vision, is the one that needs to keep running it. It took me a hard way to understand it because a lot of people left, a lot of people were uncooperative. And so, one of the things I learned is that as a bearer of the vision, you are the one that is the single person that will remain. Other people are just supporting you, so you don't need to give up because when you do, people will also do. And when you give up, that is the end of your vision. Another thing I learned is people are assets. I mean, like combining all these stuffs that I'm doing with my academics and all that, if not because of the people in my life. And I want to use this platform to say shout out to all my executive board, um,
Shout out to all the executives. Shout out for making
Benny
this happen.
Morgan, Judah, Desmond, Eben, Vic, um, Naomi, Beatrice, like, and then all the people that help us grow, Mr. Nkansa, Professor Odro, Reverend Victor Jabayebua, Prophet Stephen Kwekutewia, and everybody. I mean, all the department that help us because these were people that were part and help the foundation. So one lesson I've also learned is that without people, your vision is dead. And I'll say that another lesson I learned is to create systems. And when systems work, then anybody that fits into that system is going to work. And I think that in the beginning we were just doing things as they come. We didn't have a lot of structure. So we saw that things were not going as expected. But when we began to create a system, this is the work of this person, this is what this person is supposed to do. We began to see, and that lesson a lot of um, burden on me because sometimes I need to delegate people to do stuff for me. Finding Campus Balance 2023 or 2024 was done without me being present and it was still a success. So I think it's a lesson I've learned that when you create a system, it will lessen the burden on you. And last one that I want to share the lesson is that maybe the things you are doing, a lot of people even forget about it, that you have done something for them. But it shouldn't deter you from continuing. So it's also another lesson that I've learned.
Wow, these are a lot of nuggets. So, Mr. Solomon, are there any future plans? Are there any future engagements you would like that you plan to have for the foundation?
Yes. First of all, our long-term plan is to establish a school right from the basic level where, if not totally, get rid of fees for people. At least it will be a subsidized one because that's one of the things that we are doing by paying fees for people. So establish a school of excellence where we teach this core stuff about balance and all that right from the incipient stage of people. So that's one of the plan, which is a long-term one. Um, we also want to get a proper structure for funding students on campus. For now, individuals are the ones helping us to do this stuff, but we want to get a fund. We also get a proper structure where people can apply, be scrutinized, and really see that they have the need before we offer the help, and to expand finding campus balance. So in the medium term, we are aiming to expand finding campus balance beyond the walls of University of Cape Coast. For the next edition, we have people joining online from the Accra Technical University. We have people, one of our executives, which I forgot to mention, Caleb. Caleb is in the University of Education, Winneba, and we have people from the whole technical university who will be joining. So we aim to expand to other schools, finding campus balance, so that we can spread the message of people actually harnessing the opportunities on campus.
Wow. So, at immediate Or, in the meantime, are there any programs or activities in the pipeline that you would like us to be aware of?
Finding Campus Balance 2025 is on the horizon. We're going to have this in the first week of February. The date is yet to come. Our main participants are the first year students, even though we want to reach out to continuing students as well. So Finding Campus Balance 2025 is in February. And also we are back in 2025 with our Operation 4.0 series, which is a bi-weekly program. And we are also back with our mentorship because right after Finding Campus Balance, a 1-year compulsory academic mentorship for people begin. So we see that on the horizon. And then we are going to have and launch what we call the level up series, and I'm going to keep the details because when we begin to launch it, then people begin to know. So these are the programs on the horizon.
Wow. Mr. Solomon, thank you for this wonderful program you've lined up for the benefit of our brothers and sisters who are yet to start their college life. If I may ask, what keep on ensuring that you endure these challenges and not give up?
The vision, I'll say the vision, vision to see other people do better than I did, especially when they are passing through the same places I passed through. That is one driving force. The mistakes I made, I don't want people to make it, and that is also one driving force. uh, I mean, the things generally I went through, I don't want people to go through. And one of the other things that keep me going is the utility, the satisfaction that I get from doing some of these things. It might not be monetary, but I feel so much fulfilled when I do these things. So those are the things that keep me going.
Wow, vision, the vision indeed. How do you keep on balancing this with all other things that is going on in your life and making sure that the foundation become a success and getting all these programs outlined launched?
I would say it's difficult to balance. I mean, I'll say that how I balance, I plan. I make sure that I plan my week, I plan my month, I plan my year. There are times that you fall short of the standard, but it all boils down to planning. And I also say that my team helps me a lot. I won't deny it. So I value all my people, like all my people, I value them, and those are the ones that are, especially with the foundation work. That's what has kept me going.
Oh, would you have any advice for those who want to start something on their own?
I would say it's possible. It is possible. It is difficult from the beginning, to be honest, but you can start it very small. We just started by doing buying pen for BEC students, BEC candidates, and now we are able to elevate it to a level where we pay school fees and hostel fee and get laptop for people. So start small, and as you start, by the grace, and you keep the vision, you will get to that point. We are not there yet. We are trying to get to a point. But when you start small, little drops of water will always make a mighty ocean. And the second thing I want to share is that don't expect the people you start with to be with you. There are people that are going to leave you. There are new people you are going to get. There are people that will stay around. And that is how life is. It's not everybody that is supposed to stay in your life forever. There are people that just to come into your life to contribute in a way and leave. And so when those people leave, just make sure that it is not a fault of yours. And that is a chapter 4 of the book I'm writing called Networking. If they are living naturally, that is okay. But don't be too afraid to lose people if it is not your fault. So you can start with people, but people will surely leave you. But you don't need to be worried because they just came there to contribute in a way.
Start small, just start. So, Mr. President, I want to ask you, is there anything that you would like to share with us as a founder and also about the foundation as in general?
I would say that this foundation, we don't gag people. We don't curtail people's vision. If you can be part of this whole foundation and still do what you are doing. Currently, Benny Morgan Abuaji has a project called Project Polymath, but he's an executive of our foundation, and we make sure that he develops what he is doing. One thing I want to say is that we need money. I mean, we need finances to support all the things. The Finding Campus Balance 2025 is on the horizon. And so we need finance because everything, item 13, hiring the venue, getting speakers to the venue, and all that demands money. So, and then these funds that we are talking about. So, if in any way you want to support us, we will be very, very appreciative, because that is a little way that you can help us to reach out to people. Not necessarily you going there, but your money gets there and it helps a lot of people. Another thing I want to say is I appreciate my executive board, right from the board of directors, Mami Abba Bentiwa Esofie, to Samuel Judah Bledu, Desmond Yom Agbesi, to Naomi Kwafo, Victoria Ekins, Ebenezer Nyan, Benny Morgan Abuaji. I mean, everybody, to our partners, Association of Economic Students, NUCAPS, SWASA, the various fellowships in the hall, GAFES, Kwame Nkrumah Hall Christian Fellowship, Casford Christian Fellowship, all the fellowships in the hall, and everybody that have helped. And I'm so much appreciative, because if not because of you, we won't get here. We will not get it. I thank my spiritual father for putting that in me, that I should start this. Prophet Stephen Kwekuteria. I thank all the advices that Reverend Victor Jabayeboa has given us over the years, and everybody that has helped us. Daniel Kingsford Kofi, come on, like everybody, to our speakers over the years, Professor Odro, Professor Faye, Mr. Albert Kusi, Mr. Nkansa, Dr. Bonzi, everybody that has spoken at our program before. We are grateful to all our volunteers. I mean, there are hundreds of them. I can't mention everybody's name, but we are very grateful, because if not because of you, we wouldn't get to this point. I'm grateful to my family, because right from the incipient stage of my life, when I was sharing small things to my colleagues, my mother didn't curtail me, because if she was to do that, I wouldn't be thinking about helping people now. So I'm grateful to my mom, I'm grateful to my dad, I'm grateful to my brothers and sisters who have kept the faith in me, and everything I'm doing, they are supportive. If I've not mentioned your name, you are still in my head. And remember that I love you, and it's because of you that I am here talking about all the successes that we have chopped.
Wow, wow, wow. That's so much of appreciative spirit you are. You embody a lot of, thoughtfulness and, appreciativeness. So, if anyone wants to help, how does the person get in contact with you or your executive or the board members?
I'll have to give the financial secretary's number, which is not here. But if you can reach out to me on WhatsApp 05402152225, I'll be able to connect you to the secretary Ebenezer Nyan and the financial secretary Naomi Kwafo, and they can help you, especially if you want to support us with Finding Campus Balance 2025. Want to pay for our venue, want to pay for the water that we give people, want to pay for our citations and all that. If you reach out to me via WhatsApp, I'll be able to connect you with the organizer, the lead organizer, Benny Morgan, and you can discuss.
Wow. So, anyone who wants to help, Mr. Solomon just, gave his contact details. So please reach out to Mr. Solomon and let him connect you to the financial secretary so that you can help this good cause. So, Mr. Solomon, what are your final words to your listeners, to myself, and to anyone that would come into contact with this video or might chance on it one way or the other?
I would say that strive to make impact before you expire, right? And wherever you find yourself, just brighten the small corner you are. Make sure that you harness your potential and make an impact. Be responsible for your action and share the good news, especially if you're around University of Cape Coast. You can attend in person, or if you are anywhere in the world, you can attend digitally because we are going to be streaming it live on all our social media platforms. So you can follow me personally on Facebook at BCIL, Agbesi BCIL, AGBESIBCIL, so Agbesi BCIL, or you can follow the official foundation's Facebook page at BCIL Foundation LBG on YouTube and all other social media platforms like TikTok, like Instagram. We are at BCIL Foundation. So you can follow us because there are a lot of things we put there every day for you to harness. And of course, we have our details there. Uh, if you still want to join our WhatsApp channel, you can contact me 05402 15225, and I'll make them to add you. Share the good news. um and if you are in a school in Ghana or in anywhere in the world, remember that you want to be there for finding campus balance, or you want to be there for beyond junior high. And if you want to support, contact us and we'll be there for you. Be careful in life, because if you are not careful, life will make you a fool, and that wouldn't be cool. So always do the right thing when the time is due. Be careful in life.
Be careful in life. Mr. Solomon, thank you for blessing us this evening. We are very much grateful. Be
Mhm.
careful in life.